Welcome back to Xul Podcast, Shooting the Reality. I'm James Caro.
And I'm Lora.
And boy, do we have a cosmic adventure for you today.
Oh, yeah.
We're diving deep into a question that's captivated humanity for centuries. Are we alone in the universe?
Big question, right?
You've sent in some fascinating articles and research on new discoveries and theories about extraterrestrial life, and
I'm excited.
Can't wait to unpack all this with our expert, Lora.
It's a question that never gets old.
It doesn't, does it?
No. So what's really exciting is that science is finally starting to catch up with our imagination.
Okay, so before we launch into the search for little green men, or maybe something even weirder,
Right.
we need to establish some groundwork.
Okay.
You've probably heard of the habitable zone,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
That Goldilocks region around a star where temperatures are just right for liquid water to exist on a planet's surface.
Yeah, it's a crucial starting point, but as we'll see,
Yeah.
the search for life is far more nuanced than just finding planets with water. We're looking for signs of life as we know it,
Right.
and perhaps even life as we don't know it.
Okay, now that's what I call intriguing. So let's tackle the first big question.
Yeah.
How do scientists even define life when they're looking beyond Earth?
Right.
It's not like they have a universal checklist, right?
You're absolutely right. There's no single definition of life that covers every possibility.
Yeah.
Like, imagine trying to define life to someone who's never seen Earth.
Oh, wow.
So instead,
Yeah.
scientists focus on detecting what we call biosignatures in exoplanet atmospheres, gases and chemicals that we associate with biological processes here on Earth.
So like the oxygen we breathe.
Exactly.
Or the methane produced by certain microorganisms.
Exactly.
Those would be pretty strong hints, wouldn't they?
They would be. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Remember that article you sent about the James Webb Space Telescope?
Oh, yeah.
JWST?
Yeah.
Well, it's capable of analyzing the light passing through an exoplanet's atmosphere, revealing a sort of chemical fingerprint. Okay. Think of it like a barcode that tells us what the atmosphere is made of.
So if the JWST detects gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and methane together, it would be like a flashing neon sign saying, hey, there might be life here.
It would certainly be a strong indication.
Wow.
And future telescopes might even be able to detect signs of photosynthesis, or, believe it or not, pollution.
Really?
Which could suggest the presence of plant or technological life.
Wow, pollution is a sign of life.
I know.
That's a pretty thought-provoking concept.
It is.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
The JWST is an incredible tool.
It is.
But what other technologies are being used in this search for extraterrestrial life?
Well, one technique that's been used quite effectively is called transit spectroscopy.
Okay.
Think of it like this. As a planet passes in front of its star,
Right.
the starlight filters through the planet's atmosphere.
Okay.
By carefully analyzing how that starlight changes, we can deduce the composition of the planet's atmosphere.
So it's like a cosmic game of hide and seek, where the hidden planet reveals its secrets through subtle changes in light.
Yeah.
Pretty ingenious.
It is, and we're not stopping there.
Right.
There are next-generation telescopes in development, like the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope and the Wide Field Infrared Survey Telescope that will be even more sensitive to the faint signals of life.
Okay.
They'll be able to analyze the atmospheres of smaller rocky planets,
Yeah.
the kind that are more likely to resemble Earth.
Okay, so we've got these amazing telescopes,
Yeah.
but with billions upon billions of stars out there,
Right?
where do we even begin to look for habitable planets? It's like searching for a needle in a cosmic haystack.
That's where the concept of the habitable zone comes in handy.
Right.
Remember the Kepler mission?
Oh, yeah, the planet hunting champion.
Yes.
What did Kepler reveal about the number of potentially habitable planets out there?
Kepler's observations suggested that somewhere between 10 and 20% of stars could have Earth-sized planets orbiting within their habitable zones.
So that means...
That means there could be billions,
Yeah.
even trillions, of potentially habitable planets just in our Milky Way galaxy alone.
That's mind-boggling.
It is.
But hold on. Finding a planet in the habitable zone doesn't automatically mean it's teeming with life, right?
Right.
We need to look at its atmosphere too, don't we?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
A planet's atmosphere is like its personality.
Uh-huh.
It tells us a lot about what's happening on the surface.
Right.
Analyzing the gases and chemicals present
Yeah.
is crucial to determining whether it could support life as we know it or even life as we don't know it.
So it's not just about finding a planet in the right location. It's about peering into its atmosphere to see if it has the right ingredients for life.
Right.
The plot thickens. But there's this nagging question that keeps popping up, and I'm sure you've heard it too.
I have.
If life is supposedly so common,
Mm-hmm.
why haven't we found any concrete evidence of it yet? Enter the Fermi paradox, right?
Ah, yes, the Fermi paradox.
It's a question that has puzzled scientists and philosophers for decades.
Mm-hmm.
If life is so likely, why haven't we detected any signs of other civilizations?
Exactly.
Right, it's a real head-scratcher.
Yeah.
What are some of the possible explanations for this cosmic silence?
Well, there are several possibilities.
Yeah.
Maybe interstellar travel is simply too difficult even for advanced civilizations.
Okay.
Perhaps we haven't been looking in the right places or with the right tools for long enough.
Yeah.
Or maybe, and this is where things get really interesting,
Okay.
maybe we're limiting our search to life as we know it.
Life as we know it.
Yeah.
What exactly do you mean by that? Are we being too Earth-centric in our search?
Think about it.
Okay.
Our understanding of life is based on what we observe here on Earth.
Right.
We tend to assume that life elsewhere would follow the same rules, using the same building blocks and the same basic chemistry.
Yeah.
But what if that's not the case?
Whoa, are you suggesting there could be life forms out there that are so different from anything we can imagine that we might not even recognize them as life?
It might sound like science fiction,
Yeah.
but it's a possibility that scientists are taking seriously.
Yeah.
What if aliens are breathing methane and drinking liquid nitrogen?
Wow.
We might be looking right at them and not even realize it.
Wow.
We call this concept weird life.
Weird life.
Yeah.
Now that's a concept I can get behind.
Right.
So how do we even begin to search for something that we might not even recognize?
It's a huge challenge.
Yeah.
One approach is to think outside the box, to imagine life forms that are radically different from anything we've ever encountered.
Okay.
And for inspiration, we can look right here on Earth to a group of organisms called extremophiles.
Extremophiles. Refresh my memory.
Extremophiles are organisms that thrive in extreme environments that would be deadly to most other life forms.
Right.
We find them in scalding hot vents on the ocean floor, in the frozen deserts of Antarctica, and even in highly acidic environments.
So if these extremophiles can survive in such harsh conditions here on Earth, maybe cellular life forms could exist on planets that are outside of what we consider the habitable zone.
Yes.
Planets that we might have previously dismissed as being too hostile for life.
Precisely. And that's why studying extremophiles is so crucial to the search for extraterrestrial life.
Right.
They help us expand our understanding of what's possible and push the boundaries of what we consider life.
Right.
This brings us to NASA's multi-pronged approach to this cosmic quest.
Okay, let's hear it. What's NASA's strategy for finding that elusive evidence of life beyond Earth?
Well, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, that's for sure.
I hope not.
They're developing increasingly powerful telescopes like those we've discussed, capable of peering deeper into space and analyzing distant atmospheres with greater precision.
That's one prong.
Yes.
What else is NASA doing?
They're also studying extremophiles here on Earth.
Okay.
Trying to understand the limits of life and the potential for life in harsh environments.
Right.
This research helps inform their search strategies and broadens their understanding of what life could look like.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Study the extremes here to understand the possibilities out there.
Exactly.
What's the third prong of NASA's approach?
They're exploring our own solar system for signs of past or present life.
Okay.
Particularly on places like Mars,
Right.
Europa, a moon of Jupiter, and Enceladus, a moon of Saturn.
Right.
These celestial bodies hold the potential for harboring life, either in their subsurface oceans or in environments that might have been habitable in the past.
So from powerful telescopes to studying extremophiles to exploring our own backyard, NASA is covering all the bases.
They are.
But with all the challenges and unknowns, do scientists really believe we'll find life beyond Earth?
I think so.
Was it just a hopeful dream?
Actually, many scientists believe that finding life beyond Earth is a matter of when, not if.
They're that confident.
They are.
What makes them so optimistic?
Well, the incredible advancements in technology coupled with our deepening understanding of life on Earth give them a sense of optimism. They believe we're on the cusp of a truly groundbreaking discovery.
Wow, that's pretty inspiring. It sounds like we're living in a truly extraordinary time for space exploration and the search for life beyond Earth.
Absolutely.
I completely agree.
You know, this search isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a philosophical one, too.
Right.
It really makes you ponder our place in the vastness of the universe.
You're right. It's the ultimate existential question, isn't it?
It is.
Are we a cosmic fluke, Or is the universe teeming with life? Perhaps even life that's far more advanced than us. It's both exhilarating and a bit unsettling to think about.
It is, but let's not forget about that concept we touched on earlier, weird life.
Yeah.
Life forms so different from what we know that we might not even recognize them as life.
Yeah, that really blew my mind.
I know.
Imagine life forms that aren't carbon-based, that don't need water, that thrive in environments we would consider utterly hostile.
Right.
So straight out of science fiction.
It might sound like science fiction, but remember those extremophiles we talked about?
Oh, yeah?
They're proof positive that life can exist in conditions we once thought impossible.
Right.
And if extremophiles can thrive in those extreme environments here on Earth, just imagine what might be possible on other planets with different atmospheric compositions, different temperatures, or even different types of stars.
Okay, I'm officially having a mind-blown moment here.
Yeah.
But let's say, hypothetically, that we do stumble upon evidence of life beyond Earth.
What then? What would be the implications? Would it spark global panic? Or would we welcome our new alien overlords with open arms?
Well, I think it's safe to say that the discovery of extraterrestrial life, even microbial life, would be a monumental event.
Yeah.
It would completely reshape our understanding of our place in the universe.
Yeah.
For the first time, we would know definitively that we are not alone.
You know, in a way, that's a comforting thought.
Yeah.
It would mean that life isn't some cosmic accident, that it's a natural phenomenon that can arise under the right conditions.
Exactly.
But on the other hand, it raises a whole host of other questions, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Like, are these life forms intelligent?
Right.
Are they technologically advanced? What are their intentions toward us?
Exactly.
These are questions that we can only speculate about for now.
Right.
But they're questions that would become very real very quickly if we were to make contact.
Yes.
Okay, well, hold on there.
Okay.
We haven't even found a single microbe yet.
Right.
And you're already talking about alien civilizations and their intentions. I know it's exciting.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay, you're right. We need to stay grounded.
Yeah.
But those questions are inevitable.
Oh.
The discovery of extraterrestrial life, even in its simplest forms, would open up a Pandora's box of possibilities, both exciting and potentially daunting.
Okay, Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Got it. But let's bring it back down to Earth for a moment.
Okay.
What are the most promising avenues for finding that first definitive evidence of extraterrestrial life? Where should we be focusing our efforts?
Well, as we've discussed, atmosphere analysis is key.
Right.
Those next-generation telescopes, with their ability to analyze the atmospheres of smaller rocky planets, will play a crucial role in the search.
And we can't forget about the search for weird life.
Right.
We need to keep our minds open to the possibility that life might not look anything like what we expect.
Exactly. We need to be prepared for the unexpected.
Right.
And who knows, maybe the most surprising discoveries are waiting for us right here in our own solar system.
Oh, that's right. We haven't even touched on the possibility of life on Mars, Europa, or Enceladus.
Exactly.
There's so much potential for discovery right in our own cosmic backyard.
There is. These celestial bodies have the potential to harbor life.
Right.
Either in their subsurface oceans or in environments that might have been habitable in the past.
So we've got powerful telescopes scanning distant stars.
Yeah.
We're studying extremophiles to understand the limits of life.
Right.
And we're exploring our own solar system for signs of past or present life.
Exactly.
Sounds like we're casting a pretty wide net.
We are, and that's what makes this search so exciting.
Right.
We're approaching it from all angles using every tool at our disposal.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that we're on the verge of something truly groundbreaking.
You know what, Emily? I think you're right.
Yeah.
There's a sense of anticipation in the air, a feeling that we're living in a pivotal moment in human history. It's like we're on the cusp of answering one of the biggest questions that has ever plagued humanity.
It's an incredible time to be alive, isn't it?
It is.
To think that we might, in our lifetime, witness the discovery of life beyond Earth.
Yeah.
It would be a moment that would change everything.
It would be absolutely paradigm shifting. And I, for one, can't wait to see what the future holds.
Me too.
I think it's important to remember that this search is about so much more than just finding aliens.
It is.
It's about pushing the boundaries of human knowledge, expanding our understanding of the universe, and perhaps even redefining our place within it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's about that insatiable human curiosity that drives us to explore the unknown, to ask the big questions and to seek answers that could change everything.
But speaking of changing everything, what happens if we actually do find evidence of extraterrestrial life? How would that impact humanity?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
The discovery of extraterrestrial life, even microbial life, would be a paradigm-shifting event.
Right.
It would force us to confront the reality that we're not alone in the universe.
Right.
That life might be a common occurrence rather than a cosmic anomaly.
It's a humbling thought, isn't it?
It is.
To realize that we're just one small part of a much larger cosmic story.
A much larger story.
But it's also incredibly exciting to think about all the possibilities that such a discovery would open up.
Oh, absolutely.
New scientific discoveries, new technologies.
Yeah.
Perhaps even new ways of thinking about life itself.
Yeah.
It would be a moment that would redefine our understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos.
Totally agree.
I can already imagine the headlines.
Oh, yeah.
Scientists discover evidence of life on distant exoplanet.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready for first contact? It would be a global sensation, wouldn't it?
Without a doubt.
And it would spark a wave of new research, exploration, and philosophical debate.
Absolutely.
It would be a defining moment in human history.
Yeah.
A turning point that would shape the course of our civilization for generations to come.
For generations to come.
Wow. That's a pretty powerful thought.
It is.
So as we stand on the precipice of this new era of discovery,
Yeah.
what are your final thoughts for our listeners, Emily? What should they take away from this deep dive into the possibility of life beyond Earth?
I would say this. Keep that sense of wonder alive.
Yeah.
Keep asking those big questions. Keep exploring the universe with an open mind and a sense of curiosity.
Right.
Because the search for life beyond Earth is ultimately a search for ourselves.
Right.
For our place in the grand scheme of things.
Beautifully said, Emily.
Thank you.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this cosmic adventure. It's been an absolute pleasure exploring these mind-blowing concepts with you.
The pleasure was all mine, James. And a big thank you to all our listeners for joining us on this deep dive into the search for life beyond Earth. Remember, the universe is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, so keep looking up and keep shooting the reality.
This has been Xul Podcast, Shooting the Reality. I'm James Caro.
And I'm Emily Lora. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment, letting us know your thoughts on the possibility of life on other planets. We love hearing from you.